Hi there, everybody. Welcome along to, YouTube and to Love Audio's YouTube channel. Hello to Rich Vibes in the house. Oh, look at you all stood up. Yeah, that's because you know that I've got this new stand-up desk, right? Absolutely brilliant. All right. Good to have you along tonight on the stream. It's all about synthesizer sounds that are built into Studio One 5, the new updated software from Presonus. And I thought I'd talk a little bit about the instruments as well that are built into the software, but also about the different sound banks that you can get with the professional version of Studio One 5. So without further ado, let's dive in. Thanks very much indeed. Okay, Rich says, oh, look at yours stood up. Thank you. That's because, of course, I am at the stand-up desk, which is absolutely brilliant. I'm so pleased about it as well. And I've got a new monitor stand here to my right. And it's got the comments on it. So hopefully I'll be able to see all of those popping up as and when they come into the system itself. So trying to get all kind of organized and getting it all set up. Rich, I'd like to see your setup as well. So if you ever want to do a test, two-way sort of thing, let me know. Happy to join you on that. And to get things going for you. Hopefully you can hear everything that I'm saying. I've got the microphone down here because I didn't want to kind of get in the way of what I'm doing on the desk and what I'm doing on the software as well. Okay, so I'm going to turn that down slightly, and I'm also going to put my headphones on so that I can hear what's going on, and also you guys, I can hear what you guys can hear as well. Okay, so let's just turn that around so it's there. There we go. Do you like the t-shirt, by the way? The mugs are on the way. I said to my two sons today, guess what you're getting for Christmas? But I've got two mugs on the way. Yes, can hear you. I should hope you can. I mean, it'd be remiss of me not to be able to give good audio to you guys, wouldn't it? Let's face it. So just turn the microphone up a bit. Hopefully that's not too harsh for you. I know I've got to turn down the DAW because that was really loud earlier as I was testing it. So let's get into it first of all. So on the screen itself, you can see Studio One 5, the new updated version of the software, which is absolutely brilliant. I've got an overload on my CPU, so we'll see what happens when we start diving into things and getting some sounds. The first thing I'm going to show you is the drum machine. This is called Impact, okay? And you can see I've lined up some bits and pieces already. I'm going to just move that down out of the way. You can see I've got some things here lined up, and I'll show you more about those as we move through the demonstration. I've got Mai Tai synth lined up there as well. I've also got this one, which is what's it called? Presence. 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 So let me just retitle that track 3 to Presence so we know what's going on. Like that. There's also another sort of soft synth called Mojito. So I'm going to drag another track in there, an instrument track, just below that. And we're going to go to Browse, and we're going to go to Instruments, and I'm going to bring in Mojito, which is a mono synth. Just on that one there. So if I, for instance, if I take that off there and solo that. It's going to be a mono synth, so the mono synth sound are there. And you press the blue button this time, says Rich. Yes, I did. That's brilliant. Yeah, let me send that to the screen. Yeah, so this is a mono synth called Mojito, Mojito, like the drink Mojito. And let's explore that one first of all, I think. So we'll go with mono first of all, okay? So this is a mono synth, and looking at the presets, let's kind of rattle through some of these. Let's go to default, and it's got Acid Dreams, bass lead. So the Acid Dreams is this one. If you just joined the stream, by the way, make sure you say hi so I can say hi to you as well. So that's Acid Dreams. We're going to go to a bass lead now. So if you were doing quite a really fat lead, and that's got like a sustain on it already. I'm not pressing the sustain pedal, which I've got underneath the desk as well. Just tell me if that's too loud, won't you? So it's a really fat bass lead there, which is really cool. And these are all alphabetical order, by the way, so we'll whiz through some of these. That says bow wow. So it's a really kind of funky. That kind of thing, you know, which is pretty cool. Then you've got buzzing. Then you've got cheap home organ. Yeah. And this, of course, this is in mono, so I can't press a chord and show you how to play that. But I can just do the single notes on this particular soft synth. Classic subtra bass. I like that, that's nice. You could also use it as a lead further up, of course, so... thing as well, but it's mainly for a like a bass note, which is pretty cool. Clavinet. Demo scene. Rich Vibes is Enola Gay. Correct. Well done. Top of the class. You'll get a Love Audio mug when they arrive. Actually, no, they'll be in the studio, but you can always come down and have a glass in there. So yeah, well done. And yes, I did press the button first time. So this is kind of a really kind of deep house bass, you know, like a drum and bass sort of thing. Drunken Saw. So it's got a bit of vibrato on there. Which is quite unusual. Dusty Drum. Oh, like that, yeah. Nice. And don't forget, this is all on the Mojito mono synthesizer. Fat bass. These are all pretty similar, by the way. Formula One. So hang on, you could go. Using the pitch bend, which is quite unusual. It's quite weird, isn't it? Full Ed. It's got a bit of stereo on there as well, so that's quite nice. If you're listening on headphones, this is probably going to sound a lot better than it is coming through a mono speaker or something. Oh, that's nice. So it's got like an aftertouch as well. So when you press the key down, it's got this kind of thing going on. And when you release it, it's like meow, meow. That kind of thing, which is pretty nice. Nice and fat. Love that. Gummy. No idea. Just some effects. You know, you'd find a use for that, wouldn't you, if you're doing some soundscaping stuff for a sci-fi program or something. Bring me up, Scotty. Well, that kind of thing. This is just simply titled Hymn. It's doing some really weird stuff on that, which is pretty cool. Okay, JP lead. Again, it's got that kind of stereo effect as well, and I'm not putting anything on the channel itself. This is purely as it comes out of the box, which is pretty nice. Tom says, listening on the TV with the sound bar activated. Yeah. Love it. Sounds brilliant. So. just E, kick it. So that's like a. Do all sorts of stuff with this, couldn't you, really? We're only down to L or K at the moment on the Mojito. It's supposed to be some kind of kick. Woo. Endless fun. Endless fun. Laser at high noon. Love eraser. It's quite nice. Mellow bees. Yeah, I can see that. Snap etch sounds good, eh? You guys with the big screens and the sub bass and the toolbar and sound bars and stuff like that, brilliant. Love it. It's the best way to watch anything like this, isn't it? I guess, especially when you're doing kind of demonstrations and stuff. Moogie bass, so that's kind of based on the Moog synthesizers. Oh yeah, I do like that kind of fat bass sound, don't you? Nice. I've got the bass, sub bass, this Yamaha sub bass on the second layer of this desk. In fact, it was on the floor, but I brought it up so I can hear it better. It sounds great. Neighbours haven't complained yet. Fingers crossed. This is called Musette. And then you've got 024. Plastic tube. Yeah, I can see how that could. Should try messing around with some of the knobs on there, says Tom. Really? No, I don't want to do that because I've got very little time. We're 8:15 already. We're only on one instrument, so I'm going to rattle through these, just the presets. We can always do some tuning and stuff like that with the knobs and stuff at a later date. So yeah, but thanks anyway. We're definitely going to get onto that in another episode. That might be another midweek stream, by the way, part 2 of the synth stuff, messing around with the resolution and stuff like that. So yeah, for instance, you know, if you had this one on, let's go to where were we? The tube, plastic tube, weren't we? So you know, you can give it a bit more. Change the pitch. I've got a square wave currently. You can make that a sine wave as well, or instead. Got different width. LFO, you've got different tempo on there as well. Sub oscillator, so you can bring in some of that bass as well. Change the envelope. Like that. Very good. Anyway, hours of fun, as I say. So that's that one. What else have we got here? Let's have a look. So we're getting towards the end of these now. So we're down at plastic tube, side, trance, bass. Okay, pretty basic. Pulse. Receiving message. Rough waves. Yeah, nice. Schmat bass. That's nice. Singing plastic this time. Brilliant. Soft bass. Soft brass. Yeah, I get that. Spaceship alert. Nice. That'll do the dogs in, won't it? Can you imagine? Sounds pretty rough. Standard. Standard. T-Fighter. No idea. We're nearly to the end of this one. A transformator. Can you imagine, Tom? Some of your drum and bass stuff. Amazing. And finally, watercraft. Oh, yeah. Okay, so you know, creating a soundtrack for a Bond movie. You've got like a watercraft going along. Just moving the pitch bend. Pretty cool. All right, so that's that particular instrument. That is the Mojito, built into Studio One 5 Professional. So I hope you like that so far. Okay, we're now going to get into the Impact XT, which is the drum machine part of this particular piece of software. So we take off that and we'll bring in the Impact. Currently we're on a very simple drum beat because I've got a drum section lined up at the top there. So let me just solo that and I'll play it to you. So it starts off with a hi-hat, closed hi-hat. Then you've got like a cave. Beautiful bass drum coming in. And the hi-hats as well, and the clicks. Not finished. It's on a bit of a loop. So you get the idea. And the good thing is you can change I mean, I've got that on Club Electro currently, right? So if you change the drum kit, so let's go with 60s a go-go. This is going to be a very basic 60s drum kit. Have a listen to the same layout for the drums on this as well. Sounds so different, doesn't it? Yeah, let's not use that. And then you've got Acoustic Kit multi-layer. Let's stick that on and see what happens. Okay, ready? Again, you've got the hi-hat going on. Crash cymbal. It's going mad, isn't it? Love it. So this is the Impact XT drum kit, which is pretty cool. And you can play the pads on their own. You know, if you had a pad machine itself, you could... pretty low down, aren't they? So let's have a look. It's got a DAW mode for a minute on the desk. Trying to see where it comes up. Okay. So yeah, it's pretty quiet. Hang on. Quite a few of those. Let's go to a different kit. Let's get some decent sounds out of it. Hang on. Let's go to here. Anti-gravity maneuvers. Wow. Okay. Oh, nice. So the same pattern using this one. That's pretty cool. I do like that one. Okay, so we'll remember that one for future reference. Anti-gravity maneuvers, all right? And there are literally hundreds and hundreds of different kits, okay? You've got like an easy kit. Let's try that, for instance. Okay, so same pattern. Oh, yeah. Like that. Brilliant. Whilst this is on, I'm gonna just unmute this section down the bottom here and solo it, and start from the beginning. Have a listen to this. Just hours of fun, right? Brilliant. Love that. So I'm not going to go through so many because there's absolutely tons and tons of drum kits on here. We could spend all day going through the drum kits, but you get the idea. You can literally load up any drum kit you like. I mean, for instance, Vengeance Essential Club Sounds Kit 1, right? Got to be worth a try. Let's have a listen to that. Same pattern. Just doing its own thing, man. Absolutely love that. So tons and tons of sounds. So we're going to leave the impact alone for the time being. We're going to go down to our Mai Tai synthesizer, which is down here. Now, currently, I've got the bass note playing on this particular arrangement. Have a listen. And I've just looped it right across the song, which is pretty cool. So what I wanted to do was to kind of play around with some of the instrument sounds on Mai Tai. So let's go to the instrument editor. We'll just open up that. What it does, it brings up the synthesizer in this window here. Okay, so you've got the keyboard down the bottom. So if I play a note right down the bottom here, bottom C, and you've got middle C just about here. So that's cool. We'll stick with middle C and we'll play that. So we've got bass simply stereoid. Because if you're listening on a stereo system, you can probably hear that going either side. Sammy, hello to you. How you doing? Okay, we're just in the middle of doing some demonstrations for the synth sounds built into Studio One 5, the professional version. This is the Mai Tai synth, and we're currently on a simply stereoid bass note, which is what I did that earlier on, which you heard this. Pretty cool. So let's change some of the things in here. So we've got bass there. I mean, the thing is, when you open up the defaults, you've got like a default thing here. You've also got like bass, which we're currently on. We've got bell here as well. So if you change that, Belladonna, for instance, is the first one that comes up. Have a listen. Which is pretty nice, and it's got a lovely echo on the end of it. So on the synth itself, you've got delay and reverb. Now, you don't have to have those on. You can turn those off if you wanted to, just by clicking on reverb and making it go away like that, and delay. So it now sounds like... not anywhere near as nice, is it? So put the delay back on and the reverb. Much more spatial, isn't it? Love that. Okay, so that's the Belladonna. Got a DX7. So that's modelled on the Roland DX7 synthesizer. Let's have a listen to that. Here we go. Okay. Brilliant stuff. Rich says all you need is some high barking dogs and you'll have just can't wait. Oh yeah, ding 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 ding. Yeah, very good. High barking dogs. Dump bell. No idea. Let's have a listen. Oh yeah. It's quite nice. Diner bell. Flying sow bell. Soul bell. Different. Glass arpeggiator. Right, let's have a listen. So if I'm playing notes down here, so you can create some really atmospheric. Sounds like drops in a cave, doesn't it? Very nice. Okay, like that. So, you get the idea with the bells. I've got Xylo bell here as well, so... Very nice too. Like it. So there we go. Let's have a look here. Next, you've got Chord Sounds. So let's have a look at the chord preview, see what happens there. Absolutely not much at all, to be perfectly honest with you. So let's ignore that. That's pretty basic, isn't it, to be fair? So let's get rid of that. And you've got drums on here as well, believe it or not. So you've got a bass drum. But don't forget, each one is tuned to the keys, so sounds completely different to really up here somewhere. BD play C. Ooh. Ooh, ooh, ooh. So you could use it as a synth drum, couldn't you? Sort of in a disco song, or perhaps, or something like that, which is pretty cool. BD soft. And again, you can do your own percussion with this. So you could create a whole song based on your own. That could be like a trap piece of trap music, couldn't it? Or something like that, perhaps. Some R&B, where you've got that in the background. Tachio. They're all based on this kind of that kind of thing. Hi-hat. Sounds like a lot of insects. Laser rattle. Nice. I'm just holding the key down. You can hear kind of an 8-bit thing going on, can't you, down the bottom end? Hear that? Love that. Alien snare. Hang on. Very good. Finally, underwater bongo. Really? Okay, yeah, I get that. If you're creating sound effects, for instance, like in that commercial I made recently with the water coming up through the ground, that would have been great, wouldn't it? It's like when you go diving and when you go snorkeling, whatever. That's the kind of sounds you've got in your ears. Amazing, absolutely amazing. Whilst I've got Tom on the stream, and Ben, if you're also listening, let me know, won't you, in the comments. because they're both into kind of drum and bass and all that kind of stuff. I've got a heavy artillery section here, right? You're going to love this. So we've got 8-bit funk. Air bass. It's really low, isn't it? That's like sub bass. Only dogs can hear that. Banshee breath. Okay. Bass alarm. Etc, etc. You get the idea though, don't you? Bass alarm, done that one. Bass pulse. Yeah, that's pretty straightforward. Bass 3. This is the heavy artillery section, guys. There's a lot of wind down the bottom end there, isn't there? Bass pulse. Very good. Broke. Bugs in your ears. Get ready, guys. Okay, yeah, get that. Call the cops. Good God. Tom says love it. Yeah, you would. You can't wait to get your hands on this lot, can you? Let's face it. Drum and bass DJ, one of them. Drum and bass producer, the other. What can you say? Chirp bass. You'll be used to that kind of sound, no doubt. Fathoms. Never mind. Wow. Glass wobble. Gobble wobble. Nice. Laser pitch. Morse code. No idea what that is. Resin. Synthy wobbler. It's pretty 80s, isn't it? So that's the heavy artillery section of the Mai Tai synth. Let's go down to some leads now. These are kind of proper synth leads. So you've got a tacky key paddy here down here. And then you've got blues for blade. Dust Jance. That's like Lady Gaga, isn't it? Nice. Firth of fourth and fifth. You've got a hammer lead as well. That's a monophonic sound, so I'm only playing one note at a time there. I can't do like chords. Excellent. Hip distortion. Storm Ghost. Nice. What else we got? We can do. Very good. And there's tons and tons of these on there, by the way. And then you've got different artists as well. So got Mad Diamond on here. Again, that's monophonic, so it's just one note. Tomato Vox. Weird. Oh, nice. Vangelis in the house, hardly. No, I can't read music, so I'm just playing it by ear. So, so good. And then you've got, I'm just going to wrap this up really quickly. So finally, we've got some pads on here, polyphonic stuff and synths, strings as well. So we'll just look for some pads here. So this is a Bliss pad. So a pad is kind of a warm, like that. Just something to create some really atmospheric kind of music with. Chill wave. A lot of these are very, very similar, so having said that, dark pad. Kind of more sinister stuff. And you've got Imperial Drone on here. That's just holding the key down, letting it do its thing. So it gets to the top of the peak of the wave and then drops down the other side. And then finally you've got the polyphonic stuff as well. So blade brass, this is going to be... Yeah, that kind of thing, which is cool. Chaos keys. Yeah, circuits. Nice. Das model. She's a model, etc. So you know that, don't you? Drum and keys. Which is different. Laser sweep as well. You've got one here. Rich has got, yeah, she was a model. That was kind of based on the Kraftwerk thing, wasn't it? Which is cool. Fifth Avenue. 1984, got to try that, haven't we? Morning campers. It's like an airport announcement, isn't it? Action plug. Damn, you beat me to it. Yeah, pretty cool. So anyway, that's the that's the Mai Tai synth, and then finally, let's just get rid of this, and then we'll just wrap things up. They've got the Presonus synthesizer as well, so let's just take that off of there. Solo this one as well, and then we'll just do a quick demo of this one. So just got a nice pad on there currently. So the interesting thing is, if you press it gently, you just get the gentle pad, right? Which is nice on its own. But then if you really hammer it, you get something much more dramatic. So really quiet, you can get that pad going on. and then you go just by touching it a little harder, which is great. So obviously the keys are sensitive, so touch sensitive, so just that on its own, and then you go get the proper synth like that, which is cool. I just wanted to play you some of the let's go back here a second. Synth session. So you've got strings on here as well. So you've got if you were trying to do some orchestral music, for instance, you could have some cellos. Hang on, that's not right. Stay there. Hang on. So this is cello full. So this is the full playing of the cello. This is pretty cool stuff on there. They've got violins, violas, all that kind of stuff as well. But you've also got things like guitar. So if you wanted to play along with a, let's say for instance, a nylon guitar, you could do so. I don't play guitar, so excuse me if I get it wrong. So. And you've got slide as well. And even you can hear the fret noises as well in the background. Just amazing sounds, absolutely brilliant. So there are tons on here. There's Les Paul guitar as well. No idea what that sounds like, but let's have a listen anyway. And each note has been sampled by somebody playing that particular instrument, obviously a professional, which is pretty good. Got let's have a look here. All sorts of different things. Les Paul open. Let's have a listen to that. Helps if you can play the guitar, I guess. Which is pretty cool. And let's just try one more lead. There you go, pretty good stuff. So I hope you enjoyed tonight's little stream, looking at the different instruments and stuff. So much on there, you're right, Rich, there's plenty on here, and we've not even scratched the surface, really, to be fair. There's still another instrument to look at. You've got the multi-instruments as well, and Sample One, which is a sampler. You can bring anything you want into there, and it assigns it to notes on the keyboard, which is absolutely brilliant. But yeah, we've covered the Mojito, which is the mono synth, got the Mai Tai synth, the Presence as well, which has got all the instruments in it that you like. Impact is the drums, and as I say, you've got multi-instrument and Sample One there as well to cover at a later stage. And also a chance to explore how Melodyne works in future episodes, which is the software that can help you correct any anomalies in vocals. So if you sing a vocal phrase, for instance, and you're not quite happy with the notes, then you can put it into Melodyne, and it'll help you construct that in the right vein, which is pretty cool as well. So certainly hope you've enjoyed tonight's stream. As I say, if you want to support the channel, you can do, of course, by going to my Patreon page, which is patreon.com/Love Audio Production. For a small donation, you can help the stream run smoothly. You can also, of course, subscribe if you've not already done so. Click that subscribe button, and remember to ding the bell as well, which will remind you of when we go live, which is generally every Monday night at 8, but sometimes there are midweek sessions as well. Okay, so my name is Paul Webber. Thank you so much indeed for watching, and look forward to seeing you on next week's stream. Or may do a midweek one where we do a catch-up kind of thing with this particular subject. So if you want to get on board with that, then please do so. In the meantime, take care of each other. See you next week.